What is good, everybody? My Paper Moon fam. It's your boy, PaperSin, back with another reaction video. And look, it's bright in here. That's because I just got through doing a 15-hour stream over on kick.com/PaperSin. Don't forget to follow me on Kick. So, yeah, shameless self-plug there, or whatever. Anyway, what we're doing today, the video we're reacting to today is called The Man Who Lost $204 Million on a Trip to Vegas. And it is by the YouTube channel SunnyV2. So as always, link to the channel will be in the description below, and link to the video will also be in the description. Let's check it out.
In 2007, 20% of Caesars Palace Casino revenue came from one single person, Terrence Watanabe. Born 1957 in Omaha, Nebraska, Terrence began life as the son of Harry Watanabe, who founded one of the most successful carnival suppliers in American history, called the Oriental Trading Company. At the age of 15, Terrence began working for his father, and by the age of 20, Terrence had been given the role of CEO, after which he'd add an incredible amount to the business. By shifting the focus toward party products, Terrence was able to grow the business from 17 local stores to a company generating $25 million per month. The only problem was Terrence had spent most of his life doing so, and had therefore experienced almost nothing outside of work. The job—
oh man, that's like you know, child actors, child artists. Like they grow up doing their craft and they never get to experience anything else. I feel sorry for people like that, man, to be honest, because like you gotta experience life. I mean, if you grow up doing something and do it your entire life, do you still love doing it? And I prefer people who make money doing what they love. Hopefully, I don't know. Honestly, let's go. Let's continue. That's unfortunate.
Was all-consuming, say former associates. He traveled for long stretches of time examining merchandise in Asia. He never married. His sister and others who know him say they don't believe he ever had a significant romantic relationship. This was his life, that company. It engulfed him. Having burnt out by the age of 43, Terrence put his share of the company up for sale, eventually selling for an undisclosed amount in October 2000, after which the goal was to have a charitable and fun retirement. Mr. Watanabe said his plan was to throw himself into his philanthropic work and have more fun. If it's not fun, it's not worth doing, Mr. Watanabe told his hometown newspaper, the Omaha World Herald, in 2000. He then created the Terry K. Watanabe Charitable Trust before donating millions to AIDS and cancer research, as well as various political causes. However, having worked all day every day for over 20 years in a complex business, Terrence found little satisfaction in this new line of work. Donations from his foundation grew, but he soon became restless. Several business ideas, including opening a restaurant, went nowhere. He didn't know what to do with his time, says his sister.
Damn, so basically, yeah, he went and sold part of his company, sold his company or whatever, so he can have that free time, and now he just doesn't know what he's gonna do, just stuck doing nothing and getting restless. And damn, because all he knows is work. All he knows is work. But I mean, he built an empire and then just had nowhere to go from there. Like, damn, I feel sorry for that people.
And as the old saying goes, an idle mind is the devil's playground. With nothing else to do, Terry began a new hobby of spending large amounts of cash, purchasing one of Omaha's largest and most notable homes, which featured 9 bedrooms, 18 bathrooms, a gourmet kitchen, a custom wine cellar, and a 3-story elevator. But it was rather a venue near this mansion that became his biggest financial danger. Terry began to travel across the border from Omaha to Council Bluffs, Iowa, so he could gamble at the Caesars Horseshoe Casino, which is self-described on its website as a true gambler's paradise, featuring an expansive round-the-clock casino floor, an 18-table poker room, a full-service Caesars sportsbook, and one-of-a-kind gaming areas. Terrence became, quote, one of the casino's top customers, and began devoting himself to gambling full-time as his primary income and livelihood source. However, with his level of disposable income, hosts at the Iowa casinos encouraged Mr. Watanabe to play at the Rio and other Harrah's-owned casinos in Las Vegas.
Obviously, I want to say that if you're gonna gamble, I can't stop you from gambling. I don't think that everybody should gamble because some people just don't have the ability to stop when they need to stop. They don't have that, they just get hooked and they keep spinning and gambling and going and going. And, you know, they get addicted. So if you have that addictive gambling personality, I don't know how you're going to quit, to be honest. But if you're ever able to quit, just, good shit. Like, don't lose all your money gambling. Like, come on now.
Having struggled to launch any new businesses, Terrence began to frequent Las Vegas beginning in 2005, where his existing gambling habit was intensified and joined with a drinking habit, satisfied only by a luxury vodka brand called Jewel of Russia, which retailed at over $200 per bottle. In that very same year, billionaire Steve Wynn opened the luxury Wynn Las Vegas, and by 2006, 1 year later, Terrence had spent so much money at the venue that the two arranged to meet.
$2,000 per bottle? Don't they usually just give you free alcohol as long as you're gambling? That's what I heard.
Remarkably, Steve concluded that Terrence was a quote compulsive gambler and alcoholic, leading Steve to ban Terry from the casino. However, given this was no fix for Terry's addiction, this simply became an opportunity for other venues in the area.
Bro,
Terry decided,
if a company, I'm not sorry for potting it so much. It's a reaction. Get over it. But if a company has to ban you from their place, their establishment because of your addiction to gambling, that's a huge sign to try and get help. I know there's got to be like, you know, Gamblers Anonymous or something out there, right? Someone you can go to in order to get help so you can stop gambling. Like there's got to be something right out there. He just, wow.
To take his money over to Caesar's Palace, where a marketing executive promised to give him substantially more advantageous arrangements than the Wynn with respect to player comps, rebates, and other incentives, after which the casino created specifically designed incentives to keep Terry gambling at their venue. He was given tickets to the Rolling Stones, $12,500 a month for airfare, and $500,000 in credit at the gift stores. Faraz also offered 15% cash back on table losses greater than $500,000, special high-limit games, and other incentives. Mr. Watanabe resided for free in a 3-bedroom suite at Caesars, had access to his favorite bartender, and was constantly surrounded by attendants to serve his every need, such as a 7-course meal from the casino's Bradley Ogden restaurant, delivered to him while he was gambling, with these attendants later telling legendary stories about his behavior while gambling. Al DeLeon and Christian Kunda, two of Mr. Watanabe's personal handlers at Caesars, say he had thousands of Tiffany gift boxes filled with $50 gift cards or $100 gift coins that he would hand out to bartenders, nightclub operators, security guards, and others. They say he once told a security guard to go to a supermarket and buy every cut of steak, and then proceeded to hand them out to employees. Caesars Palace high rollers of this magnitude are often given exclusive loyalty program status called 7-Star, where members are wowed by all the fantastic benefits afforded to them, with additional rewards and all-round bigger and better perks. Yet the casino then literally created a new tier above this called Chairman, of which only Terrence Watanabe had the status of joining. Having been handed what you might call the ultimate life, Terry decided to stay in Vegas, yet with no intervention and nothing else to do, the severity of his habit began to get out of control.
Yeah, they basically gave him every reason to stay there and spend money. Like it's a little predatory, like, you know what I'm saying? But that's crazy. Like obviously he's not gonna leave, especially with his addiction. But he's no wonder he lost all his money. This is the start of the downfall. This is it. He had everything, like he had a life there, like pretty much. Women, food, like money, like just having fun, gambling and stuff like that. You've got to find another outlet for that. You gotta find another outlet to do stuff. Like, holy shit, this guy seemed like he was a nice guy at first. Oh, I'm not saying that he's not a nice guy now, but he went from like giving to charity and stuff like that to being restless to gambling everything.
Several employees say Mr. Watanabe would stay at the tables for up to 24 hours, sometimes losing as much as $5 million in a single binge. He was allowed to play 3 blackjack hands simultaneously with a $50,000 limit for each hand, and if he won, Mr. Watanabe says he regularly handed out to Caesars employees bundles of $100 bills that could total as much as $20,000. In the meantime, Terry was visited by a former casino.
So even if he's winning, he's still losing money because he just gives it away. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, if I knew that and I was, you know, in the area, I would have got that job there just to see if I can try and get some, you know what I'm saying? $100 tips from the dude. Shit.
Host from his hometown who explained that Terry appeared disoriented and couldn't remember the conversations they'd had in the past. He'd add that Terry was often seen stumbling around the casino or falling asleep at tables placed right beside loud nightclub music, yet the most notable observation regarded the type of machines that Terry liked to play. According to one of his former assistants, Terrence rejected any skill-based casino game like poker and instead gravitated toward games with low odds, including roulette and slots. He was considered a house player because slots and roulette are house games. They have terrible odds for the player, and the way he played blackjack, he made it a house game. He made such bad decisions on the blackjack table, but it was only when his brother and sister came to visit for Thanksgiving 2007 that he talked about just how much these bad choices had cost him. In the 11 months since the beginning of the year, Terrence Watanabe had lost $127 million. Under the assumption that Terry had more money somewhere.
Hold on, wait, what?
Cost him. In the 11 months since the beginning of the year, Terrence Watanabe had lost $127 million. Under the assumption that Terry had more money somewhere, the casino then gave him a $17 million loan, although this by itself should have been a sign that he was almost out of money. On the 23rd of January 2008, just weeks after telling family about his losses, Terrence put his Omaha mansion up for sale while continuing to chase his losses in Vegas. He managed to sell the home for a price of $2.66 million. However, at this point, it was already too late. Terrence Watanabe was completely out of money. He'd wagered $4.2 million in 2005, $81 million in 2006, $825 million in 2007, and when his family brought him back to Omaha in early 2008, $5 million in 2000.
$825.4 million, almost $1 billion in 1 year.
2007, and when his family brought him back to Omaha in early 2008, Terry had lost more than anybody else in Las Vegas history, with the 3-year trip costing him a total of $204 million. To make matters worse, Terrence had no job or income yet still owed the casino $14.7 million, after which Terry put the blame back onto Caesars, stating that his losses were their fault.
Bruh. Also, that $827 million doesn't sound right. Like, total wagering volume, okay, at Harrah's Casino, yeah, increasing to 81.2 million and peaking at 825.4 million. Okay, so it took a few years, like 2 years, it looks like, from 2005 to 2007. So 3 years total, and dude peaked at 825.4 million being wagered. How does that happen? What the how does that happen? What am I missing? Let me know in the comments below. Like, what is going? Holy shit, bro. Man.
The 3-year trip costing him a total of $204 million. To make matters worse, Terrence had no job or income yet still owed the casino $14.7 million, after which Terry put the blame back onto Caesars, stating that his losses were their fault. Mr. Watanabe alleges that during this period, Harrah's not only didn't make him leave when he was drunk, but applied him with alcohol and prescription drugs to encourage him to stay and gamble, leading Terry to launch a lawsuit against the casino. Court documents explain Caesars served Mr.
It's a casino doing what casinos do. They want to encourage you to spend money there. So of course they hooked them up. Like, it is his responsibility to know when to stop, to know when to you know, leave the casino and know when to stop gambling. But he couldn't do it. That's on him. Yo, he can't blame other people for that. He can't blame the casino for that. He has to blame himself. He should have been like, realized, hey, no, I can't. But he got kicked out of the first casino. He should have, at least they felt sorry for him. They were like, yo, we gotta stop taking this man's money. Get out, bro. Get out. And then he went to another one and they just like, yo, come on, bro. Give us all of your money. We'll take it. Here's all these perks to keep you around, keep you here, keep you wanting to play. Holy shit! And he played the house games, which means like they said, or like he said, the games that the house usually wins. They had terrible odds for the other gambler, the person. Bro, oh shit, man.
Watanabe, 2 to 3 750ml bottles of Jewel of Russia vodka per day, every day. No Caesars employee ever limited or cut off Mr. Watanabe's drinking, despite the fact that he was almost always visibly severely intoxicated when he was being served while gambling. On at least one occasion at Caesars in 2007, a concerned companion of Mr. Watanabe, Stuart Mitchell, pulled aside his cocktail waitress and pled with her to water down Mr. Watanabe's drinks. The cocktail waitress refused and curtly responded, "Terry gets whatever he wants." Mr. Watanabe had at least 2 drinks at his table at all times, so that he could be kept in a constant state of intoxication while gambling. Mr. Watanabe's photographs were posted in the employees only section of the casino in order to ensure all employees recognized him and never refused him anything. Caesars employees never attempted to limit or cut off Mr. Watanabe's drinking or restrict his gambling because they understood that any interference with his drinking or gambling could cost them their jobs. In response to the lawsuit, a spokesperson for the casino stated, "We're in the gambling business. We had no reason to believe that Terry Watanabe was anything other than a big player with huge resources who made an adult decision to bet the money he did. Are we going to provide an environment that keeps him very happy? Of course we are." The casino then launched criminal proceedings against Terry, meaning that on top of everything, he was now facing up to 28 years in prison for the unpaid $14 million. An article was then published in the months that followed, announcing that both Terry and the casino had each dropped their lawsuits. However, Terry's life never recovered afterwards.
My name is Terry Watanabe. I've been diagnosed with prostate cancer.
On the 29th of July 2017, Terry announced that he had cancer, hoping to raise $100,000 on GoFundMe for treatment, with a description reading, "I've accepted my situation and do not pity myself. But my hope is that you'll find it in your heart to forgive me for my past and help me live long enough to help others in the future." Attached was a video talking about how bad things have become.
I unfortunately don't have the funds to survive. I'm almost homeless. I have no medical insurance.
Although despite this, he was unable to reach his goal, yet still managing to raise an impressive $28,000. In January 2020, Terry joined Twitter before stating, "Today I try to live a good life and be a good man. Despite my past flaws and mistakes, I've always sought to do good and help people. I hope I can still have a positive impact on those in the future by sharing my story, both highs and lows, funny and sad moments," showing that Terry, quite impressively, now took full responsibility for his own mistakes.
I've met.
Damn, bro, that's crazy. Like
In 2000,
like the dude was he seemed like such a nice guy. Like especially when he gave to charities, and obviously he was a very generous person because he would give a lot of money to the waiters and the staff at the casinos. It's just unfortunate that he had that addiction for gambling. Like, he could not stop gambling. He built an empire, then lost it all because he didn't know when to stop. That's unfortunate, man. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, hopefully if anybody that's watching this has an addiction to gambling, try to find help or like a support group or something to help you manage that addiction. Not manage the addiction, but to help you get to a point where you can stop gambling, and you just really shouldn't pick it back up, because that can be something that your addiction can get the better of you again, and you might end up worse off than you are, and you might lose everything like Mr. Watanabe here. But if you don't have an addiction to gambling, it's still probably best that you don't do it. But if you're gonna do it, at least try to do it responsibly and stuff like that. But that is crazy, man. That is crazy. I don't know what else to say about this one. I hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to subscribe to SunnyV2. Link to this channel will be in the description below, and as well as link to this video will always be in the description below. So be sure to check them out. Go over to SunnyV2's channel, and don't forget to do those 3 things that I like to ask you to do while you're there. Like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah. And you know what it is after that. Let me know if you guys know anyone who also, gambles like that, or if you know anyone was able to beat they're in addiction to gambling, let me know in the comments below. Especially if they were able to get past their addiction to gambling and beat it and like come out, you know, better for themselves. Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, you know what it is after that. In case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace and much love to you.